Hello friends. As I promised you earlier at the starting of this course, that we'll be trying to add up more information and make it more interesting for you. So this video is a voluntary thing. It's not related to what we are learning and what we are going to use in this course. But this is a very interesting thing, very interesting exercise, and you can put as much time you want behind this exercise. We are going to understand how the world uses energy, how the world generates energy, where it uses, from when to where. So we will be considering all type of differences, all type of sectors, all type of places, time, and everything. How the homes use energy, how the offices use energy, and how has the trend been in USA, in India, in Germany, anywhere. Do not take me wrongly that I have put USA first, India second. It's just a simple, just random. It doesn't mean that USA is a superior, India is is not superior. Nothing like that. It's just changing an horizon that it's one of the most developed and grown economies. Another, we have a highly growing economy, and we'll be also looking at changing from 1900s to how has the trend changed to today. So this is the website which we are going to follow, and you can search around on other websites also. But what we want to focus and at least understand the differences over here is we'll be looking at the global energy consumption, how different countries have increased or decreased their energy consumption, how the country wise energy consumption is happening. Different countries are changing their energy consumption, how country wise energy production and from which sources. So any given country is producing energy from coal, from wind energy, from solar energy, etc. So how much these sources have new sources have come up, and what are their respective contributions to the total energy production. Then the change in the energy production source with time. So we can specifically uh, focus on the things like when did a specific renewable energy source was introduced, when the start of nuclear energy happened in the history, when the start of wind energy consumption happened. So that's the thing we want to understand. The real cost of energy, that is with respect to the real cost of the economy which is happening, the real cost of rupee, real cost of dollar, etc. Because the inflation comes in, that's why. Then we want to understand how the energy consumption per person has changed, per capita energy consumption. How has people started increasing increasing the amount of energy they use, or decrease the amount of energy they use? What's the change? And the last thing, the energy consumption by different sectors. That means if an X amount of energy is used in India, let's say, or in USA, if it is 100 quads of energy use, then transportation might use an X, maybe 15 quads of energy. Maybe the building heating and cooling systems are using 15 quads of energy, and etc. So let's look at this website. And here we come. And this is obviously an authentic website because the end of the website is .org. It's not .com, which can be made by anyone. So over here you can go and look at different charts and make as many inferences as you want. But these are the basic number of inferences which we want to look at. So this chart gives the total global primary energy consumption by source, different sources of energy, traditional biomass, coal, oil, natural gas, nuclear, uh, hydropowers, wind, solar, modern biofuels, and other renewables. Everything has been included, and we can specifically see that there is an increased amount of energy used specifically from 1950s. Over there, earlier the trend was less steep. After 1950s, it has been so much more stiff. Then we can see where does that energy come from? That the energy consumption by source. So mostly the three major energy sources are for us gas, coal, and oil, and that is the trend since 1965. That is approximately 55 years. And we can obviously change it with respect to different countries. This is the chart for whole world. We can change it with respect to different countries. So we can choose in any country, and the things will change. Now, there's another thing: per capita energy from fossil, nuclear, and renewables, per capita primary energy consumption by source. So that's a lot of information available, and you can go and make as many inferences as you want. Then another important is the share of electricity from low carbon sources. That is the more trending topic we want to understand. That we can see that Sweden and related countries like Norway, Sweden, and Democratic Republic of Congo, Paraguay, these have a really high amount of share of electricity from low carbon sources. That means they are using less amount of carbon emissions and getting the same amount of electricity. This is the share of primary energy from low carbon sources. And over here also, Sweden, Norway are having a really competitive edge over all other globe countries. That's the share of primary energy from low carbon sources for different countries, and we can go on and change all things from there. And specific tables, sources, everything is cited over there. So you did not worry about any copyrights or false information being presented to you. And then it comes the share of primary energy from fossil fuels, and we can change countries from here. Whichever countries we are interested in, we can change from there. From coal, specifically from oil, we can see that these countries are really highly oil dependent, which is Saudi Arabia and Iraq. Then this one and a few more. Our oil dependence for India is around 26.55%. For gas dependence, we can see that USA is around 32% gas dependent. Russia is like 55% gas dependent, and similarly. The nuclear thing is more interesting. The France is around 35% dependent on nuclear energy, and that is a lot. All other countries have like 10 to 15%, 10%, around 10% of dependence on nuclear, while the France has a very large. So France have a lot of nuclear power plants, and they have already made a news and announcement that they are going to set off some power plant, nuclear power plants in upcoming years, and they will be shifting to renewable energy sources. Now we can see how much energy comes from renewables, and again, the Sweden, Norway are the leaders. Hydropower, so we can see that the Canada has a lot of hydropower plants, and hence the source to site, which we will see in the upcoming couple of videos, that the cost of electricity for Canada is lesser than the cost of electricity in United States, because of the case of hydropower plants in Canada. We can see from solar, we have a very large thing. It's 1.82. It's not considerable amount, but we are one of the leaders. That's 1 to 3%, in the range of 1 to 3 is really nice. Coming from wind, so Australia has a really nice thing of 4.4%, but we have Portugal, Spain, Germany, and Sweden being dependent on wind energy like 12%. That's really nice. And you can go on and look at different charts and make more and more interesting and inferences. And if you find really very interesting inferences and some news, do share with me. Thank you.